Order. 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 This is a point of order and I expect to hear it in silence. Point of order, the Honourable Anne Tolley.
E te mana whakaua tēnā koe. I seek leave of the House to make a personal explanation to correct an answer I gave to oral question number 12 on Thursday the 23rd of July.
Leave is sought for that course of action. Is there any objection? There is none. The Honourable Anne Tolley.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. On Thursday the 23rd of July, in response to a supplementary question from Derek Ball regarding an interview I undertook with TVNZ's Q&A program, I said, quote, I did never ever answer any question in regard to Serco, and I've had no conversations with them about any social services, end quote. I have now had a chance to review this transcript from my interview, and in that interview I was asked two questions that cited Serco as an example of a private company that delivers social services, and I did answer those questions. My apologies. I repeat, however, I have had no conversations with Serco about the delivery of social services in New Zealand, and I was making the point in the interview that I'd be open to the private sector delivering some social services if it can be shown they deliver better results.
Order. 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 I have a point of order from Ron Mark.
Mr Speaker, I ask you to reflect on that statement just then and to look back at Hansard for last Thursday. This is precisely why we raised the point of order at the time and precisely why Derek Ball sought your permission, or the House's permission, to table that transcript, because it would have made clear this situation.
Member will resume his seat. It is not a point of order. That will lead to disorder. I will not see the tabling of transcripts in this House. If members want to seek further information, they have the ability to do so. The point of tabling is not to make a political point, it's to further inform member. Order. I'm speaking to the Honourable Member Ron Mark. The point of tabling is to provide further information. If that information is freely available, then I will not be putting the leave. The House moves to...
Point of order.
Point of order, Chris Hipkins.
Mr Speaker, I have a separate point of order to that, and that is regarding the personal explanation process where there is a minister is giving a correction. My understanding is that the process has always been very clear that ministers correct what was in error and then leave their corrections at that, and they don't then go on to elaborate the point that they were trying to make, which is an abuse of that process.
Order. And that the member is correct. Leave is sought to make a personal explanation. Leave is given by members in the expectation that the explanation given will be coherent and brief, explaining the point. I think on this occasion the Minister went on slightly longer than the Minister needed to, but that's for the Minister to call. The House then reacted accordingly. But in future, if personal explanation, to seek the right to make a personal explanation is a privilege of the House, and I'd expect to members or any member seeking to make order. Any member making a personal explanation to respect that privilege. The House...
Point of order.
Is this a fresh point of order, or is it in any way reiterating what's just been covered? Because it is, I will treat it very, very seriously by Mr Mark. Think carefully before you raise...
2 points, one
order.
A fresh point
I just
of order.
want the first point of order, and if it's, I'm advising the member before he starts that in any way relitigates where... Order. If it, I'm just warning the member, if it in any way relitigates... Order. I think the member better sit for a minute, so I'm just absolutely clear. When I reviewed transcripts of last week, there were numerous times when a particular member continued to relitigate points of order. That in itself leads to disorder in this House. So I'm giving not only Mr Mark a warning, but all members. If they attempt to relitigate by raising perpetual points of order, I will treat it very, very seriously and be asking members to leave. Does the member have a fresh point of order?
Point of order, sir.
Point of order, Ron Mark.
Mr Speaker, is this. Understanding orders, that minister had plenty of time to come and give this statement prior to the lifting of the House on the Thursday. I'd ask you to reflect, is it appropriate that we then wait all the way through to the Tuesday when the minister herself could have corrected that error in accordance with the standing orders before the House lifted at 6 p.m?
It is for a member to decide when they discover the information. They must do so at the earliest convenience. I'm not privy to decide or know when the minister decided that answer wasn't correct. It possibly could have been done Thursday afternoon. That's true. But that's not for me to determine. The member came into the House at 2 o'clock today, sought leave to make a personal explanation. Permission was given by the House.
Mr. Speaker, point of order.
Point of order. Again, order. Just member, please. Order. Member will resume his seat. The member will resume his seat. Again, I want to be fair to the member, because if he's asked to leave, I don't want him complaining that he's been asked to leave the chamber. If it's a fresh point of order, I'm only too happy to hear it. But if it in any way attempts to relitigate where we've got to since the House started at 2 o'clock, I will deal with it severely. Fresh point of order, the right.
Speaker, it would be rather obvious, and this point of order is to do with a sequence of events. There was a contest as to the veracity of the matter. A member was denied a chance to table the document. That would have put the minister's staff and the minister on alert. But by 10 o'clock that night, by the close of business that night, she had not done so. That's what the point of order is about. It's the way that a ministerial statement or an explanation like that should be done and the time frame in which it should be done. She was on alert to do that. She didn't do it.
Order. That is exactly relitigating what I've just said. I now ask the member to leave the chamber. I ask the member to leave the chamber. We come now to questions for oral answer. Question number 1 in the name of Andrew Little.